I suppose you're all wondering why I gathered you here tonight in the knife room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Patience, patience. In due course, all will be revealed. Rest assured, however, that the reason involves a mystery, intrigue, and apparently thunder. But before I explain to you why exactly I gathered you here tonight in the knife room, I would like everyone to introduce themselves. Tell us your name, a little background about yourself, and your favorite movie. I'll start. My name is Mysterious Host. I have led an intricate life involving dozens of careers and relationships, all of which may or may not be relevant later on. I wear an eye patch, and my favorite movie is Dude, Where's My Car? Okay, let's go around the room, and please be brief because, as you may have noticed, this is a comically large group of people. Please, go ahead.
Hello. My name is Wealthy Dowager. I, too, have a great deal of money that was bequeathed to me. But after my bemonicled husband mysteriously died, my favorite movie is White Chicks.
My name is Decrepit Invalid. I am the 109-year-old bastard son of Rutherford B. Hayes. My bones are brittled and I have a lengthy and storied past. My two most cherished films are the 1907 classic of The Leaping Fish and also High School Musical.
My name is Pompous Millionaire. I accrued my unbelievable wealth from conducting illegal business with crooked oil executives. Money is priority one for me. Priority two is monopoly money because it reminds me of real money. My favorite movie is Titanic because of that touching moment at the end where they put all the rich people in the lifeboats instead of the poor people.
Good evening. My name is Respected General. I am a military veteran who served this great nation for over 30 years. This means I have a distinguished demeanor, as well as a dark history of killing people all over the world.
And your favorite movie?
Oh, well, I don't see many films these days.
Something comparable then? A novel? A short story?
Well, I have recently taken quite a liking to the television program Sex and the City.
Oh, yeah.
Good show. It's a great show.
That's a good show.
But only season 1. I stopped TiVoing it after Carrie and Mr. Big went Splitsville.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Brainless Model. Movie is...
I think we lost her.
Okay, next.
Hi, the name's Boyband Reject. I was the sixth Backstreet Boy. For reasons I hope I won't have to reveal later, they kicked me out of the group. I wrote the song I wanted that way. You're welcome. My favorite movie is Spice World, which few people know is actually a documentary.
That wasn't really a movie as much as it was a miniseries.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
I'm Flirt. Like my name implies, I'm a flirt. I only go by one name, like Bono or Jesus. I'm a recent graduate of Total Tramp Junior College, where I double majored in promiscuity and tight pants. I don't have a favorite movie because I never pay attention when I go to one, either because I'm getting frisky with my date or when I go alone because I'm practicing my makeout skills with a box of Juji fruits.
Ho, ho, ho. My name is Santa Claus. I spend every hour of every day spreading Christmas cheer to the people of the world, and I also determine who's naughty and who's nice. My favorite movie is Miracle on 34th Street because it enlivens the Christmas spirit, and I get residuals every time it airs.
Ahoy, my name be Spooky Pirate. Years ago, I lost me left hand in a mysterious accident. I also be Virgo Rising. When it comes to movies, I be a Lindsay fan for life, so I simply cannot decide between Mean Girls and Herbie Fully Loaded.
Hey there, I'm struggling stand-up comic. My only goal in life is to make people laugh. All right, ready? I got one for you. Here we go. What would happen if Dan Rather and Jay-Z were stranded together on a desert island?
What would happen?
I don't know, but it would sure be awkward given they're so different. Because one of them's a retired Caucasian newscaster and the other is a hip-hop artist of African descent. Yeah? What else? My favorite movie is Are you ready to laugh your gas off, which is a YouTube video I made about fart jokes.
That's everybody, right? Well, that took forever. Now, you may be wondering...
Muppet movie.
Now, you may be wondering why I, mysterious host, a complete stranger, invited you to this party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite.
I'm curious of that as well.
Well, I ask you this. Have any of you ever considered the possibility that perhaps I am not a stranger after all?
It's you!
But it can't be.
Let's take off our shirts.
Now you know the truth. Now you know that mysterious host was merely a disguise, and that I am actually host whose identity you are already familiar with. But you can keep calling me mysterious host to keep it simple. Now that you know who I really am, we have reached the moment you've all been waiting for. The moment that I reveal to all of you why I gathered you here tonight in the knife room. Why? The answer is in this box. That's a good question, probably faking a deaf mute. And while I don't appreciate your profanity, I can fully understand why you might be curious to know what is inside. You see, there is someone in this room with a secret. A secret they have been keeping from the public for too long. The contents of this box will reveal that secret. And now is the moment of truth. I will now open this box. Sorry, you guys. It's like a 10-number combination. All right, I'm almost there. Almost to the last number of the combination that will reveal the incriminating evidence.
Ah!
My eyes are blind.
Sorry, folks. I must have leaned up against the light switch. My bad. My bad.
So, what were we talking about?
Ho, ho, ho! A corpse!
Oh dear, how truly awful!
This fallen soldier will not soon be forgotten.
If anyone needs anything, a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to nibble on.
I need something. And that something is the truth.
OMG, he's cured.
As a matter of fact, Brainless model, I am neither deaf nor mute. On the contrary, I can speak and I can hear.
OMG, he's cured.
Now, you're probably all wondering who I am. The answer is quite simple. My name is not probably faking a deaf mute, but in fact, inexplicably omniscient inspector. That's right. Earlier tonight, I received an anonymous tip that there may be something amiss at Mysterious Host's infamous knife room. I came here to uncover and see now that something is undeniably amiss, and that something is murder. Now, since it's quite obvious where the weapon was obtained, the next question is motive.
Wait, where was the knife obtained?
You're joking.
I never joke.
The walls are covered in knives.
Touché.
Oh, knife room.
As I was saying, since Mysterious Toast was stabbed mere seconds before opening this box of incriminating evidence, it's safe to assume that in order to prevent the truth from coming out, someone in this knife room committed murder. Murder, ladies and gentlemen. Murder in the first degree. Or maybe second, I forget the difference. But nobody leaves this knife room until I crack the case, even if it takes all night.
That's preposterous. We can't stay here all night.
Yeah, what if some of us have a hot date later on?
Do you have a hot date?
Hypothetically speaking, any number of us could have a hot date tonight. Me, you, anybody.
Do you have a hot date?
Hypothetically, yes, I could have a hot date.
Do you have a hot date, young man?
I obviously don't have a hot date. I have a hot date.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are wasting precious moments. Now, I have dedicated my entire career to the life of Mysterious Toast. I know everything about him. More importantly, I know a great deal about the people he has interacted with over the years, which means I know who among you might wish him dead. For example, Pompous Millionaire.
Me? Inspector, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Am I? Well, then do you mind describing to me how you became so wealthy?
As I said earlier, I accrued my unbelievable wealth from conducting illegal business with crooked oil executives. Is that a crime?
Yes.
Oh.
But let's ignore that for the time being. Right now, I ask you this. How did you make your very first million?
My first... Wait. Are you saying you know about...
Yes.
But how did you?
I know a lot more than you think, Pompous Millionaire. But in order to crack this case, I need to know much, much more. I will need you to describe to me exactly what happened, and describe what happened in reenactment form.
But how does a reenactment work?
Just dig deep into your memories and communicate them in narrative form.
All right, I'll try.
You'll know when you're starting to reenact when the lighting changes.
It was 20 years ago. We were just a bunch of kids. Kids with dreams. Dreams to come up with the next $1 million idea.
How about this, fellas? Take an ordinary coat hanger and paint it green. We'd call it Green Coat Hanger.
Yeah, nice idea.
Yeah.
Wait. A commercial airline where you take out the seats and replace them with trampolines.
Oh. Or a handgun that you sell to criminals, and when they shoot bullets, instead of the bullets killing, the bullets cure cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, guys. These are all solid ideas, but I just don't know if any of them are the big idea.
Yeah.
Hold on, fellas. I think I might be onto something. Now, I've been toying with this idea for months now. I think it might be big. Here it is. Okay, work with me on this. We're all familiar with the concept of girls, right?
Right.
Sure.
Girls.
So, first, you take girls and you start with the assumption that they are in their natural state, not being wild. And then you record them on camera in circumstances where they might alter their conduct from not wild to wild. And then you sell the videos all over the world. Now, I haven't come up with a name for the product, but I'm thinking it would somehow incorporate the plural form of girl along with some conjugation of the verb to go, and then cap it off with said girl's resulting wildness.
I don't know, Mysterious Host. The idea sounds okay in theory, but do you honestly think any decent American would pay their hard-earned money to watch such pointless garbage?
Yeah, you're probably right. It's a lousy idea. Oh well. Hey, listen, we gotta run. We're late for the Barbershop Quartet National Championship.
Was that your note?
Yeah, I'm on.
Oh, I thought you were on.
No.
Oh, okay.
We'll see you later, man. Hey, would you mind throwing this idea in the trash for me? Thanks.
So you lied to him that it was a bad idea and then stole the idea?
I did.
The idea made millions, did it not?
Bajillions.
And the proof was no doubt inside this box. The proof that you achieved your wealth and success not from your own moxie, but by stealing the idea for Girls Gone Wild from your best friend.
Yes, I'm a phony, okay? And Mysterious Host would have ruined me. Ruined me.
So you murdered him!
No, I may have committed many crimes, but never murder.
Maybe yes, maybe no. You may have been the killer, Pompous Millionaire. It's certainly possible. You had the motive and definitely the means, given the walls are covered in knives. But the murderer could also have been Wealthy Dowager.
Me? You're barking up the wrong tree, Inspector.
Am I? Well, then would you mind telling me about your special society?
Have you no decency?
I do not.
You truly are inexplicably omniscient.
I'm waiting, Mrs. Dowager.
I suppose there is no avoiding it. I belong to a very special society of ladies who are known for wearing certain articles of clothing.
Ah, the Red Hat Society.
Hats? Red hats? Go red hats.
No, not the Red Hat Society. The Poolside Widows. We're a select group of wealthy dowagers who meet every Monday to drink tea, sew mittens, and make emphatic statements.
And that is why toilet paper has no place in public schools.
Very emphatically put, Margaret.
Why, thank you.
And I don't know about you, but I think Puerto Rico is far too small to be considered a continent.
Attention, ladies. I would like to take this moment to set aside our mittens and emphatically delivered yet unsubstantiated opinions and raise a toast to Wealthy Dowager, who has graciously allowed us into her home for this week's meeting.
Speech.
Speech.
I'm just honored to be here. As a young girl, I never dreamed I'd someday be a member of an exclusive society of wealthy dowagers who wear pool equipment.
Dreams do come true.
As is our tradition, we will now take the time to respect our late husbands. Phyllis, if you would do the honors.
Dear late husbands, we want to thank you for leaving us all that money. Amen.
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 Mom? What is that?
Son, why are you home so early?
Scattergory's practice was canceled. What's that urn for?
It's... Well, how do I put this?
I'll handle this, dear. There's no easy way to say this, little one, but that is your father.
My father? What are you talking about? He's upstairs.
Yes, my dear, we must all make our way to heaven at some point.
No, I mean he's in his bedroom.
I know. All of God's children must eventually reach eternal rest.
He's watching CSI Miami.
You're on your own with that one.
Misty, honey, can I talk to you for a second?
So sad.
That poor young man in such denial.
By the way, fabulous floaties. Who are you wearing?
Oh, Vera Wong.
I don't understand.
Son, I'm not sure how to sugarcoat this, so I'll cut right to the chase. I'm pretending your father is dead in order to take part in an exclusive club of widows who wear pool equipment.
Oh.
I know that must sound crazy.
Actually, the same thing happened to Frank last week.
Odd. What is it, son? Tell me what you're thinking.
I just can't believe I didn't see the signs. Dad never meeting your friends, you locking him upstairs every time we have guests over, his funeral.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner.
Then what's in the urn?
Garlic powder.
I've got to tell Dad.
Mysterious Benjamin Host. You stop right there. The poolside widows mean everything to me. Your father wouldn't understand. Don't do this to me. Please, son, don't do this.
So, what happened next?
I begged him to keep my secret, and he did, but it appears he changed his mind.
And the garlic powder-filled urn was in this box.
Most likely. If the poolside widows ever found out the truth, they'd throw me out of the group faster than you can say lifeguard whistle.
Lifeguard whistle. That is fast.
So to save face, you killed your own son?
Heavens no! He's my own flesh and blood, and while I am guilty of wearing sunscreen indoors, I am not guilty of murder.
And yet, ye be scheming none too somber that your own flesh and blood just walked the plank. Figuratively.
Well, you know what they say. You never want your child to Olivia.
Actually, there's a good reason why I do not appear distraught. I was born with a rare condition that prevents me from showing emotions when something bad happens.
That's odd.
Somebody tell me something awful.
The Dow dropped 200 points today.
See?
Look at that.
Wow.
That's amazing.
You may still have been the killer, wealthy dowager, despite your probably fake rare condition. You had the motive and definitely the means, given the walls are covered in knives. But the murderer could also have been respected general.
Me? You are barking up the wrong tree, Inspector.
Am I? Well, then you mind describing to me why you're discharged from military service?
Correction. I retired.
Is that so? Keep in mind, respected general, you are under oath.
No, I'm not.
Oh, right. Well, can you pretend you're under oath?
Very well, but only because I like make-believe. It was 1992, the sixth and final year of the American-Canadian War.
America never went to war with Canada.
Your mother never went to war with Canada. We were in the war room putting together the finishing touches on our strategy for the Battle of Winnipeg. I remember it so clearly.
Which means that prior to our initial assault on Lake Manitoba, I strongly believe that our most viable option would be to assemble our infantry for a northerly medium-scale flying wedge.
Interesting idea, Captain. But would you be open to the suggestion that we thrust forward past Riding Mountain before attempting a 500-man pincer movement?
Pincer movement to achieve full tactical envelopment.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
Well done, gentlemen. I do believe our plan is finally in place. We'll finally crush those Canadian dogs.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
There's just one open question remaining, General. We haven't yet decided whether or not we should begin by flanking the Chesterfield forces from the south.
I think we should. It seems our best option.
I disagree, Lieutenant. It's too risky, especially if the Canucks assemble a Finnish Moni defense.
What do you think, General? Should we flank from the south?
I'm sorry, gentlemen. Will you excuse me for just a moment? I have to use the men's room.
That's so odd.
What?
Haven't you noticed? The general leaves for the restroom right before he makes every major decision.
He's right, you know. That's his 28th trip this morning.
Gentlemen, I ask you to please cut the General some slack, given he polishes off like 11 Snapples a day.
True.
True, yeah.
But while we're waiting, you guys want a pillow fight?
Yay!
Should we flank from the south? Think, respected, think! I just don't know. This decision may easily be the turning point for the entire war. Well, I'd better consult my inside source. Should we flank from the south? All signs point to yes. It's settled then. Sergeant Host,
You're a phony. A phony? No!
What have I done? What have I done?
You used the magic 8-ball to make a military decision.
I needed a second opinion. Such tactics weren't so uncommon in military history. Every good war scholar knows that General Grant would have surrendered at Gettysburg were it not for his Ouija board. But these are modern times, and I am far from a modern man. Nowadays, military leaders turn to technological devices I simply don't understand, like the world-wide interweb.
And mouse pads.
Yarr, so what happened?
Well, Sergeant Host was chagrined, but he chose to sweep my secret under the rug for the good of the country. In return, his demands were that I A. retire immediately, B. forfeit the 8-ball, and C. give him one of my legendary back rubs.
So you were concerned that your magic 8-ball is inside this box and your good name would be tarnished in the history books for all time.
Yes, but I am no murderer. Anyone could tell you that. Even a small black sphere with an 8 on it could tell you that.
Regardless, I still put forth that you, respected general, may have been the killer. It's certainly possible. You had the motive and definitely the means, given the walls are covered in knives. But the murderer could also have been boy band reject.
Me? You're barking up the wrong tree, Inspector.
Am I? Well, then do you mind explaining to me why you're kicked out of the Backstreet Boys?
It's not really something I like to talk about. It was a rough time in the mid to late 90s.
Tell us about the rehearsal session that changed everything.
If you insist, Inspector. If you insist. It was 1995. The boys and I were just wrapping up our rehearsal for our first single, Lovin' You.
Gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a hunch, and that hunch is telling me this single is gonna shoot straight to #1.
Thanks, mysterious host. With you as our boy band manager, we can't lose.
This is gonna be gigantic. Y'all, I know it's gonna take us over the top.
Word up to that!
Way to go with your sweet lyrics, man.
Thanks, Brian.
My favorite part is when we get real topical during the part about world religions.
Me too.
Yeah, man, and those harmonies sound tight. Tight!
I know. Our voices are really in sync. I mean, they're not in sync. Our voices, they're aligned. They're on the same page. They're...
What did you say?
You guys, I'm really sorry. It just came out. It's a homonym.
I hate to do this to you, my friend, but you're done. You violated the code. I'm sorry, son, but you'll never work in the boy band industry again.
No, please no. Guys, please say something. Howie? Brian, please. Kevin? Nick, come on. AJ? Of all people, AJ. AJ! I had committed the ultimate sin. It was like the boy band equivalent of telling an actor good luck. Or asking a woman when's the baby due, and then finding out she's not pregnant, just large. I had sealed my boy band fate.
I don't understand. They dismissed you from your choral society simply because you spoke the name of the other choral society? Would you remind me of the name?
I'd rather not say it out loud. In sync.
There. Shh. There. Give me AJ's number.
So you can never be in a boy band again?
Not exactly. I eventually took control of my life, put my past behind me, and started a new boy band. We're called Ready, Set, Flow. And if the Ready, Set, Flow guys find out what I said at that rehearsal session, my boy band hit days are gone for good.
And you figured the tape of the rehearsal session was in this box?
Yeah.
So you hurled mysterious host straight into Davy Jones' locker.
What?
So ye killed him?
No! I may be a Grammy-nominated lyricist, but I'm no murderer.
Maybe yes, maybe no. You may have been the killer boy band reject. It's certainly possible. You had the motive and definitely the means given the walls are covered in knives. But the murderer could also have been struggling stand-up comic.
Me? You're barking up the wrong tree, Inspector. And speaking of trees, why don't you make like a tree and photosynthesize the oxygen that humans require to breathe? Oh, snap!
I don't understand what you just said, but Regardless, I'll need you to explain what happened during your performance at the Laugh Hole.
Inspector, please, no, I can't. It's too much.
You have no choice in the matter. Proceed.
All right. It was early in my career, and I was headlining at the Laugh Hole, which, as you all know, is the premier comedy club in West Peoria.
Great
Yeah.
place.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
I was really feeling it that night. It was one of those gigs where every joke just rolls off your tongue like a rotisserie chicken playing blackjack. I still remember it like it was yesterday.
And now, fresh from his critically reviewed one-man off-Broadway musical, White House Chief of Laugh, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for struggling stand-up comic!
Hello, West Peoria. How's everybody feeling tonight? I can't hear ya. How's everybody feeling tonight? That was pretty good, but I think you can do better. How's everybody feeling tonight? That's more like it. Well, it's great to be here. So get this, people. I'm on the airplane on the way over here, and I had me some of those roasted peanuts they give you, and you'll never believe it. One of those peanuts still had a piece of shell in it, and it scratched my throat pretty badly, so I'm in a terrible amount of pain. Ayo! It's great to be here. It's great to be here. So what about this weather we're having? Yesterday it rained, and today it didn't. I'm like, hey, weather, make up your mind already. So who here likes politics? Me neither. I got a political joke for all you political junkies out there. What's the difference between George Bush, Ted Kennedy, and Antonin Scalia? They each work in a distinct branch of the U.S. government. And what's the deal lately with incurable fatal diseases? I'm like, what?
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry to intrude, but someone from across the street just reported a putrid smell coming from the building.
Johnson, look.
Oh, no.
I know.
All right. Let's be professionals about this. You two get started. I need a head count ASAP.
What happened?
Well, sir, there's no easy way to say this. As a result of your comedy stylings, you literally bored this entire audience to death. In all my years as a paramedic, I have only seen this once before, and that was really early Robin Williams.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, kid, if I were you, I would keep this whole fiasco to yourself. Me and Jimbo here signed a patient's confidentiality contract back when we got hired, so your secret's safe with us. Now, that guy with the eye patch is just a temp, so I don't think he signed it. Hey, host, did you sign it?
Nope.
Oh, well. Let's get this audience to the morgue stat.
That night, I almost gave up on stand-up comedy.
Would be a crying shame, it would.
Really?
No, not at all. Oh, come off it. He's terrible.
So one of the paramedics was Mysterious Host?
Yeah. He didn't notify the police, but he kept all of the death reports just in case.
And because you thought the death reports were in this box, you killed him.
No, I didn't kill anybody. I mean, except for an audience full of people.
You may have been the killer struggling stand-up comic. It's certainly possible. You had the motive and definitely the means, given the walls are covered in knives. But the murder could also have been Decrepit Invalid.
Inspector! I dare say the brain in your noggin's been replaced with a copper thimble.
Okay, well then do you mind answering for me a few questions about the early 1900s?
More than happy to oblige. Ask away, young ragamuffin.
What groundbreaking invention was first introduced in 1908?
1908. A fine year indeed. I believe you are referring to the microwave oven.
That's not what I am referring to. The microwave was released in 1947.
You may be mistaken. I still remember quite fondly the days when the Invalid family purchased their first microwave oven. It was spring of 1908, and I'd spent hours upon hours in the kitchen putting in DVDs into the microwave oven, watching them burn.
DVDs weren't invented until the mid-90s.
Oh, wait just a Cincinnati minute. Now I remember. It was Christmas of '08 that I was given my very first hoverboard. What a glorious day that was.
Hoverboards haven't been invented yet. That's from a movie.
And I delivered no such gift.
Okay, stop. I'm not actually a 109-year-old. I'm actually a 15-year-old high school student.
Oh my god, he's cured.
I don't get it. Why were you pretending to be old?
All right, I'm a drama student, right? And last year I played King Lear. And I was really good, seriously. Ask Mr. Hale. Then, after closing night, my buddy Troy dared me to keep my makeup on and try to get into an R-rated movie. I was like, Troy, there's no way this is going to work. But I tried anyway. The cashier didn't even notice. I know, right? I just kept doing it. And man, it's been amazing since. I got my driver's license. I voted in the last election. I go to Club Paris, and all the time, I even buy cigarettes for Mr. Hale, which, let's just say, doesn't hurt my GPA. I was hooked, and I gotta tell you people. I know my mom says life starts at 40, but I'm 50 and I say life starts at 109.
Interesting story, but how was Mysterious involved?
Oh, well, one time I tried to get a tattoo on my chest, and Mysterious Host was running the tattoo place. He found me out and threatened to blackmail me.
How did he discover your real age?
Have you ever seen a very 15-year-old male chest? It's pretty much a given I'm 15. Anyway, Mr. Host here told me that one day he was going to show those documents to everyone. The principal, the police, my mom.
And in order to avoid trouble, you murdered him.
No, I didn't kill anyone.
Maybe yes, maybe no. You may have been the killer.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry to interrupt, but would you guys mind if I go back to being 109? It just feels natural.
Sure. Right.
Go ahead.
Much obliged.
Wait, but how come he didn't have to do a reenactment scene like everyone else?
Yeah, quit your whining.
Oh yeah, you quit your whining.
That's enough! If you two don't get along, you're both grounded.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you guys should kiss me and make up.
Anyway, as I was saying, you may have been the killer Decrepit Invalid who's actually 15.
Holla!
It's certainly possible. You had the motive and definitely the means, given the walls are covered in knives. But the murderer could also have been Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho?
That's right, Mr. Claus. Even though you're a beloved icon, you have every reason to murder Mysterious Host.
But I can't be a murderer. I'm Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, quit it with the ho ho ho. Everyone's sick of it.
But the Christmas spirit.
It's March.
Mr. Claus, I'm going to need you to tell me what happened many years ago at the Mall of America.
Oh, no. How did you know? I can't.
You must.
Very well, but only because you've been a good boy this year.
Oh, thank you.
It was 2 weeks before Christmas. Everything was going along as it always did. Ho, 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 little one. What would you like for Christmas?
I really, really, really want a fire truck. Yay!
Ho, ho, ho. Hello, little one. What would you like for Christmas?
I got a dollhouse last Christmas, and now I want a new dolly.
A dolly? I believe we may have a dolly for you. Ho, ho, ho. Hello, little one. What would you like for Christmas?
Hi, Santa Claus. My mommy went away a long time ago. Daddy says it's because she's a filthy whore.
Oh, my.
For Christmas, I want a new mommy.
Well, little one, I'm afraid Santa doesn't make new mommies at his workshop in the North Pole.
Please?
Maybe you'd like an iPod?
I really, really want a new mommy.
Well, okay.
Thanks, Santa. You're the best.
Helen, I'm taking my lunch break.
All right, be back in an hour, Claus.
You know, Helen, I love Christmas so much. On a day like today, I feel like absolutely nothing could go wrong.
Merry Christmas!
Pardon me, mister.
St. Nicholas.
Pardon me, Mr. St. Nicholas, but Merry Christmas is my line.
Oh.
Man, you're good. Listen, I think you and I should go our separate ways before someone sees two Santas in the same... It was my worst nightmare come to life at the Chick-fil-A. That Saint What's-His-Name was just like me. He had the same outfit, the same portly physique, and the same jolly demeanor.
But the one major difference?
He was the real Santa Claus. Why didn't anybody gasp in disbelief?
Well, it's fairly obvious you're not the real Santa Claus.
Really?
Santa Claus rides a sleigh. You drove here in a Ford Focus.
Oh.
Regardless, you were afraid that this box contained proof of your real identity, so you killed him.
No. I'm not a murderer. I'm Santa Claus.
No, you're not.
True.
You may have been the killer, fake Santa Claus. It's certainly possible. You had the motive and definitely the means, given the walls are covered in knives. But the murder could also have been Brainless model. Would somebody poke her?
Muppet movie.
But the murder could also have been Brainless model.
My tummy's angry.
To be honest, I'm a little concerned with your ability to form a rational thought, so I don't know. Just tell me the first thing that pops into your head when I ask you this question. What is your motive?
September.
Okay, let's try this again. What is your motive?
Yogurt.
What is your motive?
Brainwashed assassin.
Wow. Really? I can't believe that worked.
Yay!
So you may have been the killer Brainless model. You had the motive and definitely the means, given the walls are covered in knives. But the murder could also have been Spooky Pirate.
Narr.
Is that so? Why don't you tell us about your voyage to Crossbones Cove?
Crossbones Cove. I knew that day would return to haunt me. You'd be scheming rogue, Inspector. You'd make a fine buccaneer.
Please, proceed.
It all started on high seas. First mate had heard tales of Crossbones Cove being surefire source of endless booty. And when I say booty, I'm referring to gold coins or other terms of monetary worth, as opposed to the modern definition that relates to making out or the female rear end. Of course, given we were an exclusively male crew and were at sea for 80 fortnights, we certainly would have welcomed booty of either variety.
Land ho!
There she be, Crossbones Cove.
We made excellent time, Spooky Pirate.
And you wanted to stop at Bennigan's.
Aye, aye.
Lead on, Spooky Pirate. What be our plan for acquiring the booty?
Which kind?
Yeah, I'm flexible.
Well, me blackguards, as is the custom, I will first go ashore and survey the pillage opportunities. You will stay here, and I'll call forth no sooner than a stout sutler could bellow, splice the main brace. Fair winds, me hearties.
Fair winds,
Fair
Spooky
winds,
Pirate.
Spooky Pirate.
Fair winds.
You have any idea what he's saying?
No.
Now, where be the endless booty?
Carl? Carl Benson, is that you? Hey, it's good to see you. It's me, mysterious host from Teaneck. How you doing, man?
You must be confusing me for someone else.
Nah, I could never forget you. You were the man back in Teaneck. Always threw the best barbecues. How you been? You look great. I mean, except for the missing hand. That looks like it probably hurt. But ignoring that, you look fantastic. You lost weight, right? I can usually tell.
Listen, buddy, forget about Teaneck. I've got a different life now, and I need you to keep your mouth shut about my past, especially around my crew. Got it?
Okay.
And yes, I've lost weight. Step ashore, me scallywags. There be plenty of booty for all.
Arr!
So the honest truth is, I didn't take on the field of piracy right away. My first few years out of Ohio State, I sold pre-owned minivans. Once I began my pirate ways, though, I became a pirate for life. But then that rogue, mysterious host boiled up a scurvy scheme to show me mateys photographs of one of me famous New Jersey parties.
So you figured that the negatives were in this box?
Nar, they were digital, so I'd wager they're on a flash drive. Or maybe a CDR.
Regardless, you feared for your reputation among your crew, so you killed Mysterious Host.
Bilge water, I did no such thing. I be not a murderous pirate the likes of Long John Silver. I be more a friendly pirate, like Captain Crunch.
I must protest. While his public persona may be one of happiness and of sweetened corn and oat, on the high seas, Captain James T. Crunch is nothing short of a cold-blooded killing machine.
Aye, 'tis true.
So you may have been the killer spooky pirate. It's certainly possible. You had the motive and definitely the means, given the walls are covered in knives. But the murder could also have been Flirt.
I just need his kidneys.
Oh, well, that one was easy. I think we've revealed everybody's motives.
Yay!
Yay! Which means that now is the moment of truth. Now is the time I will determine which of you 10 suspects committed the unconscionable act of murder. As I consider all the facts presented to me, I must admit that throughout my entire career in criminal investigation, this has to be the most puzzling, the most mind-boggling case I have ever... Oh, come on!
What? What is it?
I can't believe I never looked at his back. 9 knives. Okay, so this is actually not the most puzzling case I've ever encountered. 9 knives in his back, plus the 1 knife in his chest, and there are 10 of you. Each of you stabbed him once. Right?
No.
That's
Really?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, you're ready.
I did the front.
Well, if all 10 of you killed Mysterious Host, then all 10 of you are under arrest.
No.
Please, no.
That is to say, I would place all 10 of you under arrest if you had, in fact, murdered Mysterious Host.
What do you mean?
Mysterious Toast isn't dead. Mysterious Toast is actually alive and well.
What?
Huh?
What?
That's right. I am Mysterious Host. I put together this elaborate ruse in order to see what would happen if I revealed your secrets.
Your mysterious host?
Wait a minute. If you're a mysterious host, then who did we all kill?
A fine question, Flirt. I knew I couldn't carry out this brilliant ruse alone, so I spent the last few days building a robot to match my exact likeness.
Good evening, mysterious host. How may I be of service?
Unbelievable.
It's uncanny.
I'm a robot.
Wait, but how do we know it's a robot?
Oh,
Yep.
okay, yeah, definitely a robot.
Definitely.
That was hot. Can I have his number?
But wait 1 minute. If you're the real mysterious host and you're still alive, are we sort of back to where we started and had every reason to kill you?
Okay, that point may be valid, but one sec. Okay. Just hear me out. I realize that you're mere moments away from stabbing me 10 times, but before you do that, I have one final question. Aren't you curious to know what's inside the box? You already know each other's secrets now anyway, and if you kill me, you'll always wonder.
All right, open it.
A wise choice. Have a look.
Why, there's no incriminating evidence in here at all. It's just filled with reduced fat Twinkies.
Mysterious house.
Mysterious house.
What? Twinkies